am home because I'm still off. I don't go back to work next week till next week. Yes, praises to that. Um, so let's talk. I will wait for people to come in, and then we will have a little chit chat. Just a little chit chat. I need to decant. I should have put that in the thing. Time for it, pricing, foolishness, and decanting, because that's what I have to do. What did I do with those brand new ones I just got? What did I do with those? Oh my goodness. Louise, can you do this right? Hi, LD. Hey, Cassandra. Um, I know I grabbed them. Did I leave them in the bathroom? Let me go get them in the. Hey, D'Angelo, you about to get off work, aren't you? Aren't you about to get off work soon? So, I don't know what I did with these damn things. Okay. So let me just tell you what the issue is right now. Okay. Yay, you're off for the day. I'm going to be decanting, but my dumb butt, I think I left the the sprayers in the bathroom. That's where they need to be. In the bathroom. So I'm going to sit here for a few minutes. I need to get some water because I'm a little parched. And then I'm going to decant because I need to decant, send some stuff off. No, I'm not selling decants anymore, but there's some people that I, sharing some decants with, and some winners. Actually, only one winner because the other winner has not reached out to me. I guess they don't want I guess they don't want them. That's all I can say. I guess they just don't want to try nothing. Huh. Excuse me while I try to fix myself up. Guess they just don't want my stuff. Huh. Even the people who won the I know what I gotta do for them though. I know what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna say the people who won the what's the name? They didn't even, they didn't even do it. I need people, I need more practice people. Somebody I say, is she? Where is my phone? Oh, it's probably where my other thing is. Yes, I'm live. I'm looking at messages come through, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably talking about me right now. So, give me a second. I need to go grab something. Okay, I did. I left everything. I left my phone. I left everything. Everything. My hair is a hot mess, and I apologize for that. But let me see what they're saying. No, they weren't talking about that. Now let me see if y'all chat with me and I don't see anything. Because YouTube sometimes just doesn't let me see the chat, which is quite annoying because they make my life difficult. So let me see. Okay, I did. Okay, it's cool. So okay. Hey Jen, how are you? Okay. So I'm going to check to make sure, not because I messed with something. And it will go, oh, shoot. Anyway, okay. So, we're going to decant a few things. And then we're going to, hey, Valencia. Okay, it is on my screen. I'm doing your decants for your stuff because, honey, that Mancera is coming. Hey, Drea, the Manceras are coming. I still have two more slots in my decant split, but hey, whatever. So let's talk. Oh, let me just grab the stuff I need to grab. What you want, Kat? What you want? The one essence and finish. No, finish was up here. Oh snap! Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Y'all see these lovely little pajama bottoms I got on? I'm just giving y'all all kind of booty. Okay. If you look up there, it looks like I'm really doing that. You can see the next video, tuberose, because I finally did the tuberoses because well, you'll see what I say in the video. But yeah, so hey Alicia, see you changed up that name a little bit. See you changed up that name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see you changed that name up for us. Yes. So I will be doing, because I have added on to my tuberoses. I own a lot. I mean, I'm honest enough to say that I own a lot. And yeah. Just I'm honest enough to say that. I'm honest enough to say, you know what, bitch, you got a lot of tuberoses. That's over 20 up there. I kind of lost track and count, but yeah. Oh yeah, it's super easy to change your name. It don't take nothing. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna change my name. Not on this channel, but the other channel. So anyway, I'm ouch. Okay. All right. So let me get started. But anyway, let's talk Tom Ford pricing. Let's just talk about the goofiness of people. Let's talk about the goofiness of people, right? No to Perfume Ho. To the Perfume Ho. Hi, Tijuana. No, I'm gonna. If I change, it's gonna be the Perfume Ho. Lou, the Perfume Ho. Hey, Karen. Oh snap! Damn it! Everything keep be falling on my ass. Probably because you got too much shit on this on this desk. But I am making headway. Just notice, I am making headway. Okay, on this crap. So anyway, let's just talk about that because Tom Ford has some new he has some new fragrances coming out, right? And I did not notice how much his shit is retail because quite honestly, on his private collection, I did not notice how much it is because I would never, I'm not a retail hoe. I'm a find the best deal hoe. So like the Tom Fords I have, yeah, I ain't pay that much for it. But so he has some new ones coming out. The one I saw was cherry smoke. I know he has 2 cherry ones coming out. Bitch, 50 mils is $390. $309. Let me say that again for y'all. That's why I don't fuck with Krigler, because Krigler's on that level. You got me fucked up. Mm-mm. You got me way fucked up. Yeah. Bitch, please, or get on. What's those? I mean, come on now. Cause I mean, that's why I don't fuck with Clive Christian. That's why I don't fuck with Krigler. I'm like, some of these companies, but here's the thing. Um, no, you know where you get the travel sprays, Karen? You have to call the cosmetic company outlets because they handle them. And then you can get them half price. They like $37.50. But the thing is that, hi Krista, I won't even try. See what I'm saying? I won't even get involved with things like that because what's the point? I'm not gonna buy that shit. I'm not paying for that. I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. So there's no point in me even trying them out and then being like, and then especially then find out that I really like them. No, fuck you. I can't like something if I don't know what it is. Hey Rachel, I can't like something if I don't know what it is, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. See, I know how much I am willing to spend, and those ain't the numbers I'm. And see, that's the thing is that because we live in this times where people really get off on, and the thing is, when it comes to marketing, it's all about name recognition. He has great name recognition. He's Tom Ford. He was Gucci. He brought it back. He's the man. People love him and his brands because his makeup is overpriced too. Um, because that's all it is. Because really, I mean, yes, they're nice fragrances, but $390 nice? No. And we know that sometimes this shit don't even last on your skin. So then that's really like, why are y'all doing this? No. Right? Well, see, like Tom Ford's, they last okay, right? But here's the thing. Think about it like this. Think about how much a purse costs. We pay for Louis Vuitton purses, we pay for Gucci, so I get it because listen, I might buy a YSL purse. Here and there, because I have designers, a coat, whatever. It's all about the things you want, but I mean, I just don't understand how Tom Ford got to be that. Mm-mm, no, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's how we living. So we're gonna put that much. We're gonna let this man charge us that much, and that's like a big jump because he was already his 50 mils were 275, weren't they around 275? So that's a huge jump because I could have swore they was rolling for like 275, y'all. Yes, they were about, yeah. Maybe they were large more. I wouldn't pay the price for his shit. So I'm like, what? So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm the one tripping because maybe it's not as maybe. Oh, and in other news of companies getting us. So the one ounce is what, a little more than 200. See, and that's the thing because I always look at it on the gray market. I never noticed the retail pricing because I ain't paying retail for that shit. I'm not. No, you know what? I'll wait till that shit comes to the cosmetic company store. That's ridiculous. Yeah, if Sebastian say some Tom Ford is overpriced, you know it's overpriced. Because we know that Sebastian loves Tom Ford. We know he loves it. So if he's like, now they know, hey Kelly, hey Kelly, Kelly, hey Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. I'm sorry, I had a cheers moment. Yeah, I mean, come on now, that's just ridiculous. Oh well, honey, it ain't increasing. It didn't increase. It's the increase that did. But you know what? We live in these times where where social media has created this wannabe luxury lifestyle. You know, everybody wants to say they're living luxurious. Everybody wants to say they're, women talking about they married to these men who making all this money and they're sitting at home and living these fabulous lives. You know what? I want to see how many of them bitches is green screening that shit. Everybody wants to say that. So therefore now we live in times where, you know, people are willing to do that. They're willing. They're gonna spend all their little coin, and it didn't help that during the pandemic, the panorama, lose your electricity. What you talking about? They all want, but everybody wants to claim this luxurious lifestyle. So they're willing to spend their last dollar on it to look like they have this luxurious lifestyle. Everybody's doing it. They want to be seen going out to restaurants all the time. They want it to be like they're like everything about their life is luxurious. My life ain't luxurious. I'm here to say that. I don't live a luxury lifestyle. I am here to say that this ain't a luxury lifestyle. You know, because everybody swear if you look on social media, don't nobody fucking work. They're all social media influencers. Bullshit. Oh, okay. Well, let's pray for you, girl. Yeah, everybody wants to do the whole we're social media influencers. Oh my god, and I'm living luxuriously because they always got pictures of food where they're going out to eat at these fabulous restaurants and everything. I'm like, wait until and wait until Fortunata. If your ass hold up, Fortunata, you about to get cussed out, Fortunata. Did you not notice that you won something? Did you not? Okay, clearly you did not. Why don't you go on the community tab on my other channel and you're gonna see a picture of you? Okay. I'm just saying, people need to keep up what I'm doing. Keep up with what I'm doing. I got shit going on. Who won the sugar? Oh, Denise Garcia. No need to say I'm sorry. I just want you to get your prize. I'm trying to send out prizes. Well, no. Oh my goodness. Oh. Right, Valencia didn't know either. I had to tell her ass too. I had to tell the other person they won. I'm like, what am I putting your names up on the community tab? Why am I saying, hey, y'all won? But y'all not even looking. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Some of this came out. I mean, unless you don't want it. Because I was about to set it up right now. No, it's all luxury and soft till you lose your job and you till your income dry up and you got to pay some fucking bills. That's when the shit get. That's when it becomes unluxurious. That's when the real shit comes. Oh, okay. Then I understand because that was me last week, honey. You know, and and right and in the most perfect households, right? And let's be Yes, because I gave y'all some stuff. How about this? How about this? Can we say, because I swear to God, I think either some of these people have some somebody who has a nice house, not necessarily theirs. But I also think they rent Airbnbs. They're renting the same Airbnb that's fabulous to do their filming in, especially them cooking ones. Everybody, I'm sorry, everybody's fucking kitchen don't look like that. Everybody on these things, maybe unless they living down south or something, because if they live in the north, bitch, y'all, everybody can't, kitchen does not look like that, because in the north our houses aren't that modern. So come on now, come on. And let's just be honest, because you can find them. Well, we some of them is honest and telling the truth that they buying their luxury on DHgate or the other websites. And then other ones is lying and acting like they got that. Because I am so tired of seeing these young black girls walking around doing their walks with their Chanel bags. Girl, you know what I'm saying? They always got to be crossing the street. I just was shopping with their little luxury bags. Bitch, I know you bought them bags. We don't see what's in your bags. Give me a break. Now, real talk, I have a nice kitchen, but I don't have, my kitchen isn't big enough for an island, so I don't have an island in my thing. So, no. But I'm like, huh? What? But everybody got, this beautiful island, huge islands. We ain't talking small islands. They be having them oversized islands with the perfect kitchen setup. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I have a nice kitchen now. It cost us a bitch, okay? Okay. And there's my luxury. But, but that's like Arige Eldor or something like that. I think that's her name. Girl, all that shit is super expensive. I was like, why are you, what? Get off my timeline. Get off my timeline. I can't do nothing with you. I can't do nothing with you. Stop playing with me. They just got all this extra shit and you going. All right, thank you, love. Appreciate you. So I can set up your 5 mil decants. I know I wouldn't. I was looking at that shit. I was like, first off, let me just say this. The majority of things like that, I think, let me just say this and I'm going to say it right. I'm a little more mass appealing. Not necessarily, and I'm not even going to say that I'm super mass appealing, but I don't need my shit to smell so different that I can't even like it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. These I'm doing so different that, you know, that it's, no, where it's got to smell like dirt and grass. I don't want to smell like dirt and grass. It's got this subtle undertone of dirt. Fuck what you heard. I don't want to smell like dirt. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Usually it is. It's working so hard to be different that it's just, hey. The interesting thing about the headless one is if you look on her page, she's actually got a picture of her face. Did y'all know that? Go look at her page. That you can see her face. Because, I mean, it's a profile, but if somebody knew it, they know who it is. There's a brand. It's not an expensive brand, but it's a brand. And I won't say anything about it because it's a black owned brand, but it is the most basic brand ever. And watching their social media, they're really good at branding because that's all they're about is the branding and looking luxurious in the lifestyle because the fragrances were basic at best. Because I tried them and I never said anything because I wasn't going down a black brand. But I was like, oh, no, 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 no. And every time I see their social media come up, it's so well branded and they're all the luxury because that's what feeds people. Everybody wants to feel like they're doing something fucking luxurious now, and it's so false. Like for instance, the things I like, I just like. I am a cheese and wine person. I'll send it to you. I'll tell you what it is. Because it's like, I don't think if y'all even know who that is because I don't think this is a really popular brand. They're actually from here. I was like, what? What did I just do? Y'all, I'm so busy. Oh, I know what I did. I forgot what I just put in this thing. Janet! Okay, so if y'all don't know, if you're not following her, Janet is moving to Mexico. She done sold her house in the DMV, and she is in the process of moving to Mexico. So y'all should hang out and see what's going. Watch this moving process. So Sassy Diva is. I didn't know you because I know the last time we had really talked, you said you was in the process. I just didn't know you had gotten that far, girl. Honey, you was doing it. Why isn't it coming up? So now this dumb motherfucker ain't working right. Retry. So now I gotta look over here. So if y'all notice I'm looking over there, it's because, of course, I'm not seeing the what's the names anymore. It's annoying. So if you want to watch her adventures in Mexico, that's what you should call it, the adventures in Mexico. Oh, right, your son, I forgot your son lives there. Wouldn't it be cool if he was near so then she'd have some people to hook up with? And because Maya's there too, right? So her and her daughter's looking at colleges there and everything. That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. La Entre de Rouge. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Sabrina. Because I had meant to inbox you to see where you were on the process. I just didn't know you had already sold the house. You was, have you packed up everything? Is it, are you looking for a place, Janet, there? As Janet said this, and I think we told you this. Me and her, we were the original perfume people. Janet and I, Sassy Diva JJ, we were the original perfume people. Let me just tell y'all, we was calling ourselves selling. We was buying a wholesale, child. We was trying to sell perfume wholesale. This was in the early 90s. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all the resources we have now. Baby, we would go and see this man over on the northwest side of Chicago. We would ride buses to get up there. No, didn't I have a car? I had my car then. And I know you did. And we would go up there in this Polish neighborhood, and they barely understood English except for this man. He was so weird and so creepy. He had this little room where he had just had shelves and shelves of fragrances for you to purchase. That was what, 19? That was before DJ was born. That was like 1991, 90, 91. We were doing that. Or was it like, did we start before I had her? I can't remember when we started, but you could tell us nothing. We were going to be like doing what we was doing. I still, look, I had Perfume for a long time after that. Oh yeah, we was doing this shit in the 90s. We was out there. Listen, we was trying to figure out how much we could sell it for. We was busy. We be in there calculating how much we could afford and trying to negotiate pricing with this little fool, with this crazy man. Yes, I remember that. It used to be our little adventure. You couldn't tell us nothing. Right, it had to be. It was before DJ was born because we weren't working together by then. So it had to be like 90, 91 because it was before I had DJ. So, honey, you couldn't tell us nothing. We was doing the damn thing. Hey, Birdie. Right, yes, we were getting perfume shipped to your house. I forgot about that part. We did have it. Listen, the funny thing is if we had started doing that at a different time, of course, when the internet got started getting, we could have said, A, we could have saved money, and B, we could have really been it, but this was pre, internet and everything, and this was like word of mouth, and we was trying to hustle up people. And the reality is like I said, if we had been someplace else other than Chicago, it probably would have worked because, like I said, Chicago is a tough market. We are not, even now with them trying to be luxurious, they ain't that luxurious. No, they are surface luxury. They are surface, whatever looks good, whatever sounds like it's the thing. That's what they are. So Chicago is, going to restaurants. We were, we really were. We were before our times. And because even today, Chicago is tough. They're a tough market because they really don't like. That's why I had to think about what I was trying to do, and I was like, I'm really not gonna be able to do it here. So that's why I was like, okay, how can I make this happen, and do it now? And so that's why I was like, duh, Zoom, you don't have to be in front of people to do this. All you gotta do is have the conversation, get in the product, have the conversation again. Boom, Zoom made it happen. It's gonna make it happen. And that's what it's going to do. Zoom is going to make it happen. What else am I looking for? Oh, this. And I mean, like, even, oh, y'all, let me show. I showed it in my group. Why did I find I found, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to let y'all see him right quick. You can't. This is from like 1999. I really do be doing shit way early. I be way ahead of time. I am so way, and I know this about myself, and so that's why I'm pushing ahead with this, because it's like, okay, so where do we go from here? What do we do and use your stuff to, make money, things like that. And so that's why I'm gonna do this. Okay. Hold on. So I found some old notes of mine. So let me show y'all some old notes of mine. And these are like from 1999. I showed them in the Discord group. But let me show you. You know, I'm going through everything, putting it all away. And so, look at this. This is so hilarious. Um, I was making like potpourri. I used to make bags of potpourri. Remember when potpourri was a thing? Remember when potpourri was a thing? I used to make potpourri. I'm not even gonna lie. I am not even gonna lie. I was always so busy. But here is, who was this? Somebody gave me their number back in the day. So I'm just gonna do it from back here because I don't want people trying to get my shit. I'm just joking. But these are, I'll bring it in a little closer. These were fragrances I created over back in the day. So these are like my fragrance notes that I made fragrances. This one sounds kind of good though. I'm gonna play with this one and tweak it. It was called Sensu, like sensuality. See how I was trying to work that name thing? But it has in it leather, amber, Egyptian musk, gingerbread, and tobacco. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Because Drea, potpourri, people stopped making it. You can't find potpourri because that was the trend. That was the thing. Now people don't want potpourri anymore. You know, people remember when people would have like a big bowl of potpourri on their living room tables. It'd be like, you had a nice big old table and you have like, cause I know I had it. Had like the bowl, the pretty bowl filled with potpourri. Yes, 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 yes. Then I had this one, and I'm gonna redo this one, but I gotta do something else. And they were so simple because I didn't understand. I didn't know anything about top notes. I didn't know top. Nah, I didn't know none of that shit. I just knew I was making a fragrance. Let me just be real. So this one had cucumber, powdery musk. It said Oriental, so I don't know what that was. Muget. Oh, Kirkland's has it. Okay, so that was one that I was doing. Then I had one that was, speaking of dirt, right? Exactly. I made the potpourri. Um, I had one that was African Rain, some oil I found called African Rain, which I might look up again. Dirt. Did I say this? Cuban tobacco, pigeon, and sweet grass. It actually smelled really good. I used to sell a lot of that one. Um, that's funny. And then I had another one that had new mown hay in it. I was doing some shit. Don't worry, they might be coming back. Well, they're not gonna come back like that. I'm actually gonna make me some just to try them out. I just want to see what's happening. I just want to see if I can do it. Now that I know more about fragrances, how would I make it? And plus, I want to enhance things, and I really am not featuring. I got to be honest. Um, yeah, Mujet is Lily of the Valley. It is. Um, I am not. I'm going to be shifting, from Bath Body Works. Bath and Body Works, I'm cool with like the lotions and stuff, but honestly, the 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 these things I don't use that much. Y'all, y'all. Of course you will be, Kelly. Shut up. Of course you are. What did I just do this one? Oh, vanilla soap. Um, so y'all. uh Yeah, because I was watching somebody talking about their perfume empties. I need to see where these bottles be starting the beginning of this whole year. Like, are you almost done with these bottles because you've had them for a long time or something? But when people say they got that, and then that's all I got. I'm like, I'm doing good to get through some samples. But me, I'm one of them crazy people with samples. I'll spray them a couple of times and then I'm going past them. I said this year I'm going to use my samples and travel sprays more so I can empty some shit out and really talk. But let's not get into that conversation. But I'm saying I just need to know where your starting point was when you're going to tell me at the end of the year, you and you got a large collection and you wear a lot of things that you emptied 10, 15 bottles. Okay. That shit just made me want to smack my lips every time. I just want to be like, really? Really? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Because I just need to know how much they spray at one time. How much, like for instance, look at this. I got Nognol this year and I used it a little bit. And I was using it for a few days, for a little bit of time, here, there, and everywhere. And this is how much I use. Okay. So I was spraying it for a few days, hey, I love it. And then I went on to the next one because that's how we do. So I want to know, how do they do this? And they're talking about other perfumes and wearing all this other stuff. How many places on your body you got? How many hours in a day? Yeah, I'm kind of cool with 50 mils, 30 mils. If I can get 30 mils, if something comes at 30 mil now and it's a decent price, I'll get it because it's like, do I really need 100 mils? Not really. Not really. Some things come in 100, so you get them in 100. But, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I was buying larger bottles with me decanting, and that's what, but now that I'm not, and I'm going to be doing, doing a different type of thing, I don't need them that big. At least for now. Until I become this, until the perfume hoe becomes large and in charge. Frangipani. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. Oh yes. Whoo, she smells good. Who does? Oh yes. Mm-mm. So that's I'm just saying. These motherfuckers. You be like, how much did you go through in a year? And it's just you using it, right? I'm like, did you give it out to friends? I'm like, and I'm okay with that, but let's just be transparent. Well, I decanted some for presents for people, whatever. But you gonna tell me you go through all these things that quick? But see, Karen, you're not on here reviewing things. B, this is your personal life, and then you just wearing it because you want to, and you don't have these. You don't have, your collection ain't as huge as some of us are. You got a decent collection because I know you do, but it's not that big, so it's fine. That's my point. Like, that's my point. How are you going through all this and you talking about, I'm, a reviewer and I'm trying out all these. How are you doing that? Like, I can understand samples and even travel sprays to a certain extent if you wear them. You wear them for a few days. Because them travel sprays don't last as long as they say they do. But like, I have emptied some because I gifted and I sold off and I wore. So it was a combination of things. And it was less about me wearing it and the more about me overselling it. Because some of them I didn't notice I sold that much. But it wasn't because I had just sprayed it all out to death. It wasn't that. Ooh, okay, this wasn't real bright, Louise. Hey, Sonny. So let me tell you what I did in my bright mind, and they're so cute. I bought these opaque bottles, but these motherfuckers is opaque as hell. Let's see if I put a right up on. I don't see. Okay, there we go. I can see. Yeah, you should. Yeah, if you could get a 50 mil, because here's what happens is when you see the price, and then there's like you get a 50 mil, but then you can get 100 mil for like $20 more. You can't, it's so hard not to buy the 100 mil. I am that person. I'd be like, well, this one is 62 and then that one is 80. I might as well get the big bottle. I don't remember that one, Karen, but honey, I believe it. Okay. I ain't trying to have that shit overflowing either. It's expensive. Right? Right. And because it's hard not to buy it. Because if you're like, well, dang, if I spend this much, I'm getting this much. But if I spend this much, I get all of that. So it's hard. It is. It's very hard not to buy them. I am here to say that. I am honest enough with myself to say that I'd be like, dang, I gotta see when we're picking up the kids. I'm doing more skincare and body care right now myself. Well, let me quit lying. I am yeah, I'm actually kind of buying more because I have a bunch of skincare coming. And let me just tell y'all, let's talk skincare. The Ulta 21 Days of Beauty of skincare. Because, you know, if you all don't know this, the beginning, January 1st, Ulta always does 21 days of skincare. That's the first one they do in a year. Not the 21 days of beauty, but it's 21 days of all skincare. Oh my God, it's terrible. Yeah, I know I'm doing all of it. I'm doing all of it, girl. I went and looked at the products they had, and I was like, "Who?" Okay, I said, "What kind of back room, back of the warehouse, top of the shelf bullshit y'all putting out here?" I was like, y'all can keep that shit." I think there's the only thing is I think there's one thing that I might purchase, like two things that are just replacements. But you know, so y'all just gonna talk about me like that? Just gonna talk about me like I'm not here? Like I'm not right here? I mean, I'm like, so y'all just because none of this shit is something. No, let me tell you, I've looked at the Avene water, and I had to remind myself, why am I gonna buy this in a can? Why don't I just get some spring water and put it in? You know what I'm saying? I had to think that one through too, because they almost got me with that one a few years ago. I was like I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy that. Well, honestly, I am diamond. I am not even going front. But I bought more hair care and skincare there. So for me, it was all about the hair care and the skincare. I bought a couple of fragrances, not really because, their fragrances aren't, a lot of stuff they have I don't want. Well, Avene has been around for a very long time, and people have been buying it for a very long time. So, and it's some special spring water, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see, now let me tell y'all what I'm really sick about. I cannot find, I don't know if something of mine, I don't think anything was left on that truck because I am missing some stuff. So let me tell y'all what I'm missing. I am missing I'm missing some palettes of mine, face palettes. So it's clear that a basket of makeup didn't make it here, as far as I know. Now I am going through everything. I'm hoping that it's just stuck in something and I just can't find it. And then I'm missing all of my cream eyeshadows. Any pot eyeshadows, any cream eyeshadows, I don't have. I only have one because it was sitting in something else. And I bought the big zero cleansing balms that were 50% off. The big supersized ones, I can't find those. I don't know. So it clearly this must be in all one spot because it's like random stuff, makeup stuff that's missing. But it's like it must be a basket of palettes, of face palettes, because my Marc Jacobs is missing, my Hourglass, and a couple of other ones I can't find. So I'm hoping that maybe I threw it in something and I just haven't seen it yet. So, this week I am doing a lot of, getting as much unpacked as possible. So hopefully it's like in something because I'm tomorrow I will be building dressers. Hopefully that's on my project to try because I bought these three dressers. I'm gonna try to build one. I done built the damn shells. I said all I need is I got tools, power tools. I can do this. So I'm hoping they're gonna show up because it's like, oh man, all my Sydney Grace liquid eyeshadows are cream eyeshadows, which I love because they're so easy. They're like a one and done kind of vibe when I'm actually putting on makeup. Now, how is that Naturium? I've been hearing about it. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm real sad. I'm real sad about this. What's matte and goes on beautifully? Okay. Nice. Okay, so good to know. Exactly. The zero cleansing balm is so good. And that's why I'm sick that I can't find it. I gotta use my stuff to seal these off in a minute. So I gotta use some plumber's tape to seal these off. So hopefully I can find them. Hopefully this like because I'm hoping because I got all the rest of my makeup out and I think I'm missing some palettes. I'm not sure, but I might be missing. No, I'm not. Okay, this is Pastel Dreams. Okay, so this is Pastel Dreams. I'm thinking I'm missing some Glam Glow palettes too. But I gotta clean this all up and straighten it all up and get rid of some stuff. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. I might try the Shea Moisture one. I might need to get off and go get the kids. Hold on, let me see something. They going to get the kids? Where my kids at? I was gonna cook today, but I got to do some work. So I am not going to cook today. I would. I will. I'll let y'all know if I find it. I'm hoping I do find it. That'll be like very lovely in my life if I do. I'll be so because yeah. So I think I want a salad or so because I cannot find my hourglass, I did buy a new hourglass palette. Because I did like it. Because that was my first hourglass. Well, see, I don't feel like cooking because I really have to do some work today. I got some work I gotta do. I got some work I got to do, y'all. Whew, I got some work I got to do. Okay, so in all transparency, let's just talk for a minute. Y'all know I struggled with my master's classes this quarter, this semester, doing reading interventions, reading comprehension, whatever. Well, my grade sucks on one of my classes, to the point that I thought that I was gonna have to make it up. And I think, and I'm just being honest, I think part of my spending became from was like, fuck it. So okay, so from the outer packaging, so what I did was I went on the Hourglass site and you could customize your package. So I have the butterfly package, but I have the tiger inside. Okay. So that's how I did it. Since I didn't get it on a cheap, 20% off, which I should have done. So anyway, full transparency. So it was like this class is a prerequisite for me to finish this semester, which is my last damn semester. And so I was kind of bummed out. And I fell short on my grading. So I was like, I'm gonna have to make this all up. And I was preparing myself for that, like, fuck, I gotta make this up. And I didn't want to be like, please, 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 how can I fix it? Please, please, please. I didn't want to do none of that. So I went to send a message like, thank you so much, exit stage left, to my professor and my advisor, only to see that my advisor sent me a message like, hey, do you want to do some revisions to this final so you can get your grade and pass? And I said, hell yeah. So I just talked to her today because I didn't see it for days because I looked at the grade and I was like, fuck. And so I didn't talk to her. She said that last week. I didn't see it. I could have been done with this shit. So I then went. So now I have to tonight, because it's due tonight, because I didn't find out till yesterday. I had to do these revisions on my final. So I talked to her just a little while ago, and I'm going to do my revisions, and she's gonna adjust my grade so I can pass. Whew. Whew. And let me tell you, I got to spend this whole fucking year doing reading and English reading interventions and math interventions. They give it exactly 4 weeks. That's why our kids can't do fucking math, because no one takes math seriously. STEM is important. We should have spent this semester learning how to do reading interventions and then gone straight into math interventions, because they're just as fucking important. But no, I get 4 weeks at the end of the year. Now that motherfucking class, I'm going to get an A in. I can do that shit all day. Listen, they want us to become teachers. They right? But they treat it like it's not a big deal. I kid you not. I have 4 sessions on math interventions. Now, every week since August up until May is about reading and interventions. But all I'm going to get for math is that's it. That's all. They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Teach the kids some math. They'll be fine. Because that's the problem. Most people don't really know how to do math interventions. Damn it, I put too much in here. You know what? You ain't never lied. Life is hard. Life alone, kicking your ass, and then you add school to it and family and all that stuff. But it's like, can I? And that's my whole point. I'm thinking, I feel like they should have 2 different tracks for us as teachers, because some of us, like I understand because so many of them are elementary school and the thing is, a lot of them are elementary school teachers, so they're going to teach math and STEM. So why wouldn't you give them more time on this? Because most of them ain't that great at it. They can work out, a semester of reading interventions should be enough for them, because most of them inherently understand reading. Most of them don't understand math that well, so they really need some help on doing the interventions. Life is always going to have hard moments. It's about how you deal with the hard moments. And you know what? I think also people don't notice the good moments in their lives. They don't notice the good parts of their lives. All we can see are the bad things. So we don't see the good stuff. So therefore, and we fixate on the bad, and that's why it feels so bad sometimes. Sometimes I think people need to step back and say, yeah, there's some fucked up shit, but what do I have going good? And then move in that direction. I'm just saying. And because it is, life can be difficult as fuck. But I think so many people make their lives more difficult because they stay stuck in that difficultness. They don't see, like, for instance, there was a time in real talk that I did not know. I couldn't decide where I wanted to live. I wanted to move out of state. I was barely working. It was slightly by choice. And I didn't have a place of my own. Listen, let me tell you, I did not have a place of my own for like almost 2 years. It was like, I think that was like the apex of me actually just falling apart from all the things that had happened in 2008. And I've been rushing and running so much for years that I just was tired, and that was the apex, right? Um, right? So I and so listen, I used to stay with friends, I stayed with family. I was bopping from place to place. I had most of my stuff in storage, and I just had a few things with me. I had a friend that I could keep most of my stuff at. I would go there, I would pick up things, I would go stay with friends, hang out, and then go to the next spot. Slept on couches, whatever. Um, and then And so looking at that time, hey, Marilyn, I was so blessed to have people to let me do that, because I could have been homeless. I mean, true enough, I never would have gotten there, because if it got down to that, I would have gone and found a damn job, bit the bullet, got me an apartment, done the right things. But I really was not, I was so, I wasn't anchored. I just felt just out there. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to leave the city. I wanted to leave Chicago. I was going back and forth with that. Then in the midst of all of this, I did go, remember I moved to North Carolina for a while. My all of my ID was stolen because my wallet was stolen. So for a while I didn't have ID. So I really couldn't get a job for a minute, because let me tell you something. If you lose your ID, because of course I moved there. So in this wallet, because I was looking for a job, I had just shown everything to this job, was my social security card, my 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 ID, and my birth certificate. Now, let me tell you something about life. Lose all of that and don't have any backups. That's the hardest thing to get back. Because it was so hard, because I then had moved and things. And so I didn't have, when I came back to Chicago, I finally got back home, but I didn't have a permanent residence. So I didn't have a lease. I didn't have like, I needed, because I could get my, I could do some finagling and get my birth certificate, which was going to be difficult. But the hard thing to get is your social security card, right? Um, was to get my social security card, because social security does not accept your birth certificate to give you your social security card. So I luckily, after a while, was able to get in healthcare, because I went through, the healthcare thing, whatever it was, and I was working, and I got some healthcare, and I had an insurance card, and that's how I was able to get my information, get my social security card, because I needed my social security card to get my ID, but I couldn't get my social security card because all I could get at that moment was my birth certificate. But by getting some insurance, health insurance, social security would accept my health insurance card without ID, and then I could get, and then they sent me my social security card. You know, you guys, you don't have to say, don't, no need to say sorry, because it was a, let me tell you something. It was a time in my life. But like I said, when I look back at that time, what I know is that I was so blessed to have people to help me out. And sometimes people don't notice that. They're so in that, they're so dug entrenched in their issues and what's happening, that they don't see the good part, the positive stuff. And the positive in all of that is I had really good friends that helped me out and took help take care of me when I couldn't do certain things. They, so I will always say, yeah, it was a tough time, but it wasn't that bad. And let me tell y'all something. During that tough time, I kicked it so hard. I had so much actual fun. I had parties I was giving events all the time. People didn't know that I was out here struggling, but I was giving parties all the time. Yep. Yeah, so like the best thing you can do, and I'm saying this now because I need to go get mine again. I need to get an additional social security card. I need to get an additional copy of my birth certificate, that so I always have two. One, and I'm going to put one spot and one the other, because I'm probably going to finally get get a, a secure, the boxes at the bank. I might get a small one to keep those things, but even then I don't want to, because then that shit gets fucked up. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna get a probably a little safe in the house or something, so we can put all that stuff in there. And then if you need the other, so you always have the backups. The thing is that I've always known that I'm gonna make it through, and that's one thing I will always say, that even when shit is fucked up in my life, I have faith that I'm gonna figure it out. And that's for real. So even when shit be, people would be like, "Oh my god, that's so terrible." In my mind, it's okay, cuz I'm gonna figure this shit out. And like I know, like sometimes it would be like I'm walking. I'll be taking walks thinking about how I'm gonna get out of this, or what I'm gonna do, what's my next move. So I have never looked at it like, oh shit, this is so bad, I can't do anything. No, I just look at, okay, what's gonna be my next move? What do I need to do? That's why I'm gonna pivot, bitch, pivot. So, sometimes you gotta back it up. Whatever you have to do. So that's how I've always looked at shit. And that's how you have to be. I mean, because you cannot sit, like there's a moment when you have to sit in your struggle. You really do. You have to own that struggle. You have to say, okay, this is what it is. But then you can't stay there. You can't sit down forever. You gotta get your ass up and get to moving. And that's what people don't do. And I will say that's also the reason why we are seeing a rise in suicide, because too many people, and I'm telling you, this luxury lifestyle bullshit that people are trying to emulate, that's part of, because people can't accept that they can't, that it's not perfect, or things, shit happens. They just cannot pivot. You can lose everything and you can get it all back. Let me just, right now, like me and B were talking about this. 7 years ago, I could have never bought this, helped buy a house. I could have never done this because I wasn't there. I wasn't there financially to do it. But over these years, I have, and it wasn't even like a plan. It was just shit. I started getting things in order and I started putting my shit back in order. And that's what I did. And so when it came time to do it, I could do it. There's the difference. So I never had a plan for this, but I did put myself in a position where I could, now that things were going so much better. Did they have to be like that then? No, but like I said, looking back at the time, I just really was like lost. Not necessarily to the point that people noticed it, but for me, I was lost. My kids were grown. I didn't have that anchor that drove me to make sure things were right. Because as a parent, as a mother, I'm gonna make shit happen. I'm gonna make sure I got a roof over my head. I'm gonna make sure my kids gonna eat. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta sell pussy, the shit would. I used to tell people, if I gotta sell pussy, I would have sold. Pussy sold for my kids. But with them adults, and they didn't need me anymore. And I was, I had gone through the shit with my ex-husband and illness and loss. It was like I think finally I broke because I was trying to make sure that I was okay. And I just was like drifting. But in my drift, I had anchors. I had friends that were anchors for me that, made sure that I was okay. And it was, and I got through that period. Girl, Valencia, you see what I'm saying? Because I was broke as fuck, but I kicked it. Baby, I had parties all the time. Oh, Drea, you know, hold up. You talking Dr. Seuss. Did you know Dr. Seuss is one of my favorite authors? Even though he's an asshole, but he's a great author. And All the Places I'll Go is my absolute top favorite Dr. Seuss book. Because what does it say? It says, hey, mountains are get on your way. And the whole book is about life and how life is in and out and up and down. Oh, Kelly, why are you sending me money, girl? Have you lost your damn mind? Thank you, though. Appreciate you. Right? So, thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just, you just got to be, but that's the problem, is that people are not resilient enough. People get lost. It was terrible. It's over. I can't do it. Bitch, you can do anything. Oh, you can do anything. And that's what I always tell my students. You can do anything. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't. And that's what I always try to tell my students. I see more in you than you see in yourself. And sometimes you need people who will tell you that. I see it in you when you can't see it. And that's what can drive you and make you be able to do things. Let me finish this up. Ooh, that got deep, didn't it? This got deep as hell. This got deep. Hi, Bashan. So yeah, so it's just so I just want sometimes people to understand, baby, it is not that bad, honey. Life is pretty damn good. Sometimes you need to be tested, but you also need to understand that it is a test and it's not a failure. See, so often people we feel like we failed. No, you tried. No, you know what, in life, like they always say, nothing beats a failure but a try. Ain't nothing wrong with trying shit. Ain't nothing. The problem is taking it as a failure and then that's it. Love, careers, business, everything is about trying, putting your best into it. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. You walk away from it. And it's nothing against you. It just wasn't what was supposed to happen at that time. You know? And that's the truth of it. When you look at life and say, okay, and you can walk away, that's the problem. We try to hold on to shit that we don't need. As people, as they always say, some shit is for a season. Listen, I've had friends that all of a sudden I just stopped talking to. They stopped talking to me. I was okay with it because our clearly our season is over. I don't have the. I ain't trying to hold on to shit, y'all, that I don't need. I family, listen to me, family, friends, jobs. Let me tell y'all something. Um, was it 2017? No, 2018. And that kind of moved my really changed the trajectory. I started working for a friend of mine, a really good friend. That was and I was supposed to be just doing it temporarily. And then I wind up I wound up staying there because he got sick and I called myself helping him out. I really wasn't getting paid a lot. He was going through some things. I was trying to help his business because I really felt like he needed to keep his business because it's a he's a minority and what he does is very specialized and not many black people do. Black men, black folks own these type of businesses. So I'm trying to work with him. I'm trying to work with him. But he's one of the most stressful people ever, and I do mean stressful. He was very abusive as a boss. He's very abusive to his employees. He pits them against each other. In a small office, he wants to pit people against each other. He got mad at me because I wouldn't do it, right? I wouldn't do it. And I wound up because they would they when I got there, it was a really toxic environment, and they would like kind of fight with each other. They would turn on each other and be the one telling on each other to him. I mean, it was a really toxic environment. Well, I got us all together, and then we was turned up against on him. And so by doing that, it was a much. So when we were working together, the 3 to 4 people who were in there, we worked better together because it was us against him. But what he before me, but it before me, they would like, especially the one who was like the office manager, she would get on his side and she would like be telling on people and all up in his face until he turned on her, right? And then they couldn't stand her. So I got it where everybody was working together. We was covering for each other, so nobody would have to deal with his bullshit, right? He couldn't stand that one thing because he thought I was gonna come in there and he was gonna have me like his little trick because I was his friend, and I saw how he was there. And so I told a friend, I told somebody that I told the guy who worked there, I said, I'm gonna have to quit soon or we're gonna lose our friendship. And I didn't do it soon enough. And I wasn't even making that much money there, right? I wasn't. And I was doing it because he was my friend and he was in financial, he was having really financial difficulties. He had done a job, he's a contractor, a huge job, and he was fighting to get paid for, which then was a domino effect. He was having problems keeping up with bills and creditors. And I'm sitting up there working and negotiating all the time. And I'm doing all this stuff. And then just one day, He said some ignorant shit to me. And I mean, let me tell you how ignorant this Negro was. One day, he held my check all day. Everybody else got paid. Now, mind you, his mom needs to go to the hospital to see her doctors. So he asked me to go. So I leave. So I don't even. I come into the job. I get some money to drop to get cabs and stuff to take this his mom, who I didn't really like, to the hospital to go see her doctors. I come back. My check ain't there. Now you know we can deposit on our phones. My check isn't there. Everybody else got their checks because I didn't. He used to, mine was written out because I was doing this under, we was doing straight cash. He decided he wasn't gonna pay me because he got mad at something somebody else said in her office. He got mad at me about it too. Decided that I was part of it. I ain't even there. Held my check until 4:45. Everybody else's checks they gave. He told her don't give her check because we had a stamp. She could just cut my check and stamp it. Said no, don't give me my check. So I finally got my check. One time he didn't give us our check on Fridays. It was Easter weekend. Now, mind you, I didn't work Good Friday, but the checks were supposed to be there. So I was just going to come pick up my check late because normally all checks would be cut if you had to pick up a check and it would be in a drawer. Well, I had keys and I had the code to the lock because I used to open up the office. So I was sometimes, if I didn't come in on Fridays, because I worked every other Friday, I would just come late and get my check sometimes if I didn't feel like rushing. I got there, there was no check for me. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I almost wrote the motherfucker and you stamped it. But I was like, what? And then I texted the other guy. He said, yeah, because he came late. He said, yeah, he didn't leave us checks. It's not legal at all. And the only reason we let him get away with it is because he, based on unions and stuff, we didn't want to get him in trouble. Right. And none of us were trying to get him in trouble because we're trying to keep this black man's company alive. Oh, he gave it to me that Monday, but it was like he held the check. So I mean, we all at one point or another snapped the fuck off on him. Like, fuck you, bitch. I mean, like, literally, fuck you and this goddamn. So this last thing, it just like irritated me to no end. And I went to the bathroom because he would do this thing where on Fridays, he would not be there all day. He would go kick it, go have lunch with his friends or whatever. And he would always come in. Now we closed up at 4:30. He would always come in right about 3:00. And then he would drive us, he would keep us there past 4:30. It was like he had to make us work extra on Fridays. He would find all kind of bullshit that we needed to do. This needed to be done before we left on Friday. This. We wouldn't leave there till about 5:00. And he did this all the time. And it was so fucking irritating. This particular Friday, I don't know, maybe I was just like, I'm over this shit. And I went to the bathroom and I come back. Now, mind you, he wanted me to write. Now, understand, this was a very technical job. He's an engineer, right? So a lot of this stuff is about construction. I'm not a construction person, but if you tell me what to write, I'll type it up. I'll, whatever. He wanted me to write an engineering report, and this isn't the shit I do. So I tried to fake it. He got mad at me and was like, "You did this. You did this." And then when he would get mad at you, he would cut your hours. So he tells her to tell me he's cutting my hours. He only wants me to work one day next week. And I looked at her and I said, I ain't gonna work any more days. And I said, because I quit. And I packed my shit up and I walked out the door. And from this day to now, we have never spoken again. So I lost my friend because we were really good friends. But I lost my friend during that period. But what it did though is got me back into education because I had walked away from it. I was tired of it and all these, and so I then wound up working working, going back into subbing, wound up at a school, wound up at my old school, wound up getting hired. Didn't know that I could get hired as a teacher without my licensure, because I could have done this years ago. Wound up doing that, and now I'm being licensed. So that situation and quitting and losing my friend wound up putting me on the path that I'm on right now. Hey, Helen. Yeah, and so as a matter of fact, he told them, because I talked to them a few times. I used to talk to them every once in a while, the people in the office. He told them never speak my name again. Oh, he was real upset because he couldn't believe that I was like, fuck you, I quit, and just walked away. Because how dare I leave him? I knew he needed help, and I was that. So yeah, and that was in our friendship. We have been friends for like 20 years. I had known him for, yeah, over 20 years. Yeah, over 20 years. Because I knew him before I got pregnant with DJ. So yeah. Hi, Wendy. You know what? He is so miserable, though. And so let me say this about him. Let me give y'all the real about him. This is a man who's 10 years older than me. He doesn't have a woman in his life. And part of the reason why I wound up staying there was because he had cancer. He wound up with prostate cancer and needed to have surgery. So I wouldn't leave because I wanted to make sure his business was okay, because he didn't have, and we were a small, staff. Now, with all that being said, this was, it made me think about things because he didn't have really anybody there with him. He kind of had to deal with it by himself, because of the choices he's made. He doesn't have a woman in his life. So all he could do was depend on friends to come by and hang out with him sometime. So yeah, we were friends for over 20 years, and we have not spoken. And I mean, we were really good friends, and he was very, he did a lot for me over the years. He was crazy as shit, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I still know people who work for him. Now, let me say this. I'm sure that if I walked in there today, he would do the whole "we're okay" thing. But I won't say anything because because he's a Gemini. It's been some years now. It's been about 4 years. We've been through a whole pandemic. He might feel differently. I don't know because I ain't tried to reach out to him. Oh, I'm not gonna go over there, girl. Bye. I've gotten better about my grudge holding because I'm a big grudge holder. Oh, honey, I hold on to shit forever, and I worked on that because I am such a grudge holder. Okay, so let's see these. Oh, I'm just wasting shit. Oh, I hold on. I hold on. Like they say, elephants don't forget. I don't forget shit either. I be like, mm-mm. But I will say that, um, yeah, we won't be those friends ever, 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 ever. And it's sad. It's kind of sad because we were really good friends. But it's sad, but I'm okay. Oh, Geminis are crazy. Yes. My daddy was a Gemini, but he was a much nicer Gemini. But yeah, I'm gonna hold on to some shit now. I am not gonna forget. I'm gonna look at you like, mm. I'm gonna look at your ass like something wrong with you at all times. Yeah. All right, y'all. We've been on here for an hour and a half. Let me get off of here and go on and finish up some things, and then I'm gonna go and write my paper. Well, do the revisions on my paper because my paper is written. So, thank y'all for hanging out. I know it got heavy toward the end. You know, I had my moment of, you know, getting all deep for a second. I haven't done that in a while. Um, but y'all have a great day. Talk to you later.